I just found out Melissa's family that they're not invited to the wedding.
Melissa, can you please tell your sisters, your mom, your aunt to not tweet about me?
They don't tweet about you.
I've seen it, okay?
Show it to me. Then you show it to me.
And
they don't tweet about
Melissa,
you ever. They say nothing but positive things.
Melissa, you can either say
ever.
Listen,
they would never.
Please
girls,
tell them not to get involved.
You
Teresa,
show it to
you
me
have
and
a
then I'll bring
problem.
it to them.
Listen to me. You have a problem. Let's solve the problem.
Okay.
You have a choice to either say, listen, I cannot control what my sisters or my mother do. If they tweet about you,
But they don't.
It's a lot of past bullshit.
No matter what happened between Melissa and Teresa, Melissa's family, the way they treated my parents, you got to give them respect.
We have history, honey, me and you, and I love you very much, and I'm happy for you.
Of course, but
I think you should remember
like
what family is. I'm more your family than those girls you met 1 year ago. And it's very sad that you don't feel that way.
No.
Your wife went publicly on social media this week to say that her kids wouldn't eat food if it wasn't for you and her.
We kept the core of this show going, or else it would have just turned into the show that she had for 3 episodes, which was like the Teresa Went to Prison show, which Joe Giudice did on his own.
You're being too nice, honey.
I'm trying to be nice.
Well, you're being nice. How about thank you? Because when she's in prison, Joe wasn't working at all either. So they had no income.
Right.
If we weren't on the show, their kids would not still be living in that house and have food and have whatever they had. How about
also
thank
they
you?
Joe needed to make money on that show, and he needed someone to film with. And here we were that jumped in. So that Teresa Went to Prison show was able to be made because he had us to bounce off of and has someone to talk to on it. And
why did you promise not to talk about the Giudices, only to go on Melissa's podcast to do just that? Do you really believe your nieces would have been homeless and not have food if it wasn't for you?
It's just that we have a lot of memories, even if we're not close. When you were away, I was the one helping your mother pick up your girls and bring them to dance. You remember that.
Well, I didn't mean homeless. What I meant was we kept the show going.
Okay.
Because, you know, we went through a downfall, right?
Okay. Other people pointed out, though, that we did shut production for a while until Teresa came out.
Correct.
My family came on the show behind my back, and that was the worst thing like that I could have ever happened to me. Because that's why I don't speak to Kathy anymore, because I'll never speak to her or Rosie ever again, because I don't want family like that. But my brother and Melissa, for my parents, of course, I forgave them, and it is what it is. It's the truth.
It's like Lisa said to me one time, she goes, I've been through a lot in my life, and I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
One of the things that hurt me the most in my whole life, besides losing my mom, was my family coming on the show behind my back.
Was fame more important than family?
Okay, because I respect your question.
That fame is a devil, and it makes you forget who you are.
Are you saying that that's me?
Yes, he said it about you in an interview.
Do you think the fame got to her head?
Yeah, that's what you sound like you're saying.
First of all, I'm going to tell you all right now that the getting on behind the back thing is 100% false and untrue.
I get a phone call a week before season 3 was filming. Okay. Teresa calls me because I was her producer season 2.
Okay.
She said, oh my gosh, I just learned that my sister-in-law and my brother are cast members on this show. I did not know that until now.
True or not true, Teresa had no idea you were coming on the show.
Untrue. They inboxed me to interview her and I, which, by the way, they inbox all of my friends still right now looking for.
But all my friends, as soon as they get inboxed, they say.
Yeah, but you and I were not friends at all.
She had no idea.
And this is before
This is a week before filming we're supposed to commence.
This is before the famous other baptism.
Yes.
Which was Joe and Melissa's son's baptism.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she had no idea. Mm-hmm. She called me, freaking out. What should I do? I don't know, Carla. This is crazy. That's my family. I don't want to fight with my family. She was freaking out.
Because she knew that the show required fighting at this point?
Well, I think she knew that at that time they probably weren't at the best place.
Oh.
But so when she said she was blindsided, what I can say to you is the truth that I know.
I do believe she was blindsided.
She had no idea.
That part I do believe she was
Okay,
blindsided.
she had no idea. She found out because they finally revealed to her, not they, the producers, that your sister-in-law and your brother are on the show. You have to go to this
christening.
Yeah.
And we're going to be there with
Which is the
cameras.
first day of filming. That's how she found out.
Second of all, because the show was The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and when they approached me to join, I took an opportunity. I auditioned. I took an opportunity just like every other girl on this couch and on our show, and like the Manzos and Jacqueline. And you can't let anyone tell you what to do or claim you. You have to live for you. You have to take. And I didn't come on to argue with anybody. So the truth is, you have to, if an opportunity comes your way, no one owns The Real Housewives of New Jersey, okay? We're gonna take an opportunity just like every single other person in this whole Jacob Javits Center did. So I'm not gonna let anybody stop us from something. And we did really make a decision together as a family. And Teresa 100% knew that we were getting on this show. It was never behind her back.
Actually, another producer told me this. They were looking at that, like she doesn't want to be around them. They're fighting on social media. She was feeding Danielle with stuff.
You're disgusting. You didn't even say congratulations.
Your nephew? Did you?
Yeah, of course I did.
Yes. Oh, that's funny because they don't get in my face.
Do not bring up my family! You
And I remember Melissa was scared about that at one point. She didn't want Danielle to come out with like what she had said to her.
I live with your nieces. They talk about it in the house.
Oh, of course. They're talking about one thing.
No, they talk about a lot of things.
You don't know, bro.
Same on
stick
you.
with your sister.
I'm not sticking with scum like you.
Joe, that wasn't right.
I don't care. She is scum. And I'm gonna call you scum.
You know what? I'm out of here.
You've been here 1 minute.
Joe, I've been in your sister's life for almost 2 years.
You just be quiet, all right?
Be quiet? You could, Joe.
You should be embarrassed to even bring that up.
I am not embarrassed.
You are. You should be.
You're on a podcast talking about your sister.
Why would you put out there in the public that you were there for my daughters, especially when it's not true?
Tough guy. You. Don't talk to me like that.
Take it easy. What are you doing? Seriously.
No, you.
Joe, you can't say
you. You're not a man, bro. You're a fucking pussy. You know why?
So let's not
No.
insult
Are you saying I'm not a man? Are you saying I'm not a
We're not
man?
insulting the manhood.
I'm so above you, it's not even funny.
I'm going to tell you what a fucking man is.
You can talk all you want. Because you're not going to affect me.
I'm going to break your fucking balls.
Go ahead.
Right now.
Not listening.
Go get it. My building. I paid the loser. The state paid you. Years. The state paid you. Nowhere to live, and I gave no. The state paid. I paid you. You're saying I owe you for 4.5 years. Paid you. Paid you. I got you. I can't pay my rent. Unlike you, get the here. I'm calling the cops. It's been 4 years. I owe you from January till now. How? With what? You pay with what? What do you mean? Why? Because I'm not like you. I don't have money. I got nothing to worry about. Drugs? What drugs, Joe? Where? You say you where? Where's the drugs? Some money right Look now. At the car I'm driving. It's falling apart. Drugs, you got. Call me daddy. Yeah. You what? Because I've been just supporting you for 4.5 years. No, you got paid. You can't do this, man.
Hey, you like it? Care. You like being evicted?
Like what?
Who's this? The sheriff's officer?
Because you make
Is that the sheriff's officer locking you out? You like it?
No,
you like it?
This is what happens when you don't pay your rent. Yeah? Sheriff's officer comes, locks you right out, changes your locks. Now they got to get out, walk out. I won't show his face. And that's how it goes. Right, my brother?
Yeah, no doubt.
Gotta pay your rent. Gotta pay your rent. And you get locked the fuck out. Get new keys. Hasta la vista, baby.
I'm not putting you down. I'm not putting you down.
What's up?
You know what? My sister is not a sister. That's terrible.
No, she's a sister.
No, Louie, she's not.
Well, what's
she's
wrong?
Not. If you listen to that, you wouldn't say that.
Like, we can't hear you.
Joe, honestly, we can't hear.
So she's not. You know what? I quit this.
I'm not trying to put him down.
Well, you did just put him down. You're demeaning him by saying, what are you even doing here? And you're in the women's drama. Please go talk to him.
Well, I thought I saw a different side of her when I met with her, but her actions are going to have to back it up.
I think that Jennifer is more dangerous than Teresa.
1,000%.
I do feel
Okay.
like you always try to like slut shame her and make
I
her feel
tried to slut
ashamed
shame
for
her.
anything she's
She
lived.
called me a f***ing concubine. Okay,
A
concubine? I'm not a mistress, honey. That's you. If you
No, a
haven't
concubine
seen already,
by definition
no, by definition,
is a woman
Merriam-Webster. Where are you at? By
of a
definition,
woman
it's
of
a mistress.
lesser value than their
lesser
husband.
value that is not married to the man she sleeps with. That's not me, honey. That's you.
Jennifer and Teresa met with an ex-friend of mine digging for info about me.
Well, Laura is Margaret's ex-best friend.
So, okay, let's get into this whole mess. Basically, there has been several rumors going around, and I think some of them are involving your name, which we're going to be talking about it. Another one's involving Margaret. And I think the essence of everything, you know, it comes from the fact that you used to be very good friends with Margaret Joseph. According to what we have been hearing out there, you were friends for, I think, over 30 or 40 years. Is that right?
Yes, we were friends since we were 12 years old, but we were steady friends for probably the past 10 years.
Wow. Okay. I did a little bit of stalking on your Instagram, and I could see like you were very close. You spent Thanksgivings together. You spent birthdays together. Like there was definitely a good friendship. Like you were literally like family. Am I right?
Of course, I'd be lying if I said that we weren't. We spent the holidays together. We were very close, and I really loved her and Joe. They were family to me.
They had some sort of falling out, and this Laura was trying to get in touch with me and Teresa to just tell us stuff.
To lay dirt on our ex-best friend?
Isn't that wild?
Are you
I
serious?
was very suspicious of the whole thing.
It's not a secret. You definitely had a fallout, right, with Margaret recently. And that's what's going to initiate this whole like wave of rumors. What can you tell us about that fallout? What happened there?
Okay, so that fallout happened last December. And contrary to what people are saying, it is not because I didn't get on the show. We did not fight because of that. There were different things that happened, but in December, her and I had a disagreement about the way I felt she treated me. And, you know, I don't think it's a secret. She never thinks she's wrong and rarely apologizes. And we were going to a party that she had invited me to, and she texted me one morning to say that she was canceling our trip to a doctor because she had to get a COVID test for a party that she was going to on Friday night, that being the party that I was going to with her. So I responded back saying, I don't know if you remember, but you invited me to that party. And we went back and forth, and I felt like she was totally disregarding me, thinking she just didn't have to even let me know that I was no longer invited because our husbands had plans that were canceled. But it wouldn't be unusual that sometimes our husbands weren't even together and I would still go places with Margaret. It didn't mean that I wasn't uninvited. So we went back and forth, and there was a lot of talk back and forth about why and how, and it was really getting convoluted, and that wasn't what I was trying to say. What I was just trying to say was that I felt like she just was disregarding me. And instead of agreeing to disagree and just say, hey, you know, maybe I didn't really acknowledge her feelings and apologize to me, she didn't. And what she did do was tell me that we needed a break a week before Christmas, a little bit more. And that was the end of it.
Did you talk about anybody else or just Margaret?
Okay, so let's move on into the rumor number 2, which is the cheating allegations of Melissa Gorga. So the first rumor was that the first rumor, sorry, was that a friend of Margaret, meaning you, has caught Melissa cheating in New York. right? That was the first thing. Then it kind of like changed into Margaret being the one who caught them, and then she told you, and then you went and tell that to Teresa and Jennifer. So just clarify for everyone what really happened. Did you saw anything? Did Margaret saw anything? Who saw it, and what really happened?
So, what I said was that Margaret told me that Melissa was caught by someone else in a car kissing someone. Margaret was not even there, but that she discussed it with Melissa.
We're both silent. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay.
What the? I had a childhood friend, and she decided it was time to turn against me. This is my friend Laura. This is Tracy. So, Teresa and Jennifer welcome her in with open arms and say, tell us every evil thing about Margaret.
It was week after week, me hearing something negative about him. And it was all coming from you.
Now she's in the love bubble. Did you ever talk about Louie stuff with her?
No, she doesn't want to talk about it because she feels all of this is happening because of who she is. And she's so happy.
Listen, she is so happy. But what about allegations of abuse?
If you're concerned, there's a different way to go about it. You know, it's just like not constantly every week something new coming out. And it's like you're trying to shame us. You're trying to shame Louie. So if you're trying to shame Louie, then obviously you're trying to shame me too. You're hurting us. Because I'm telling you to stop. I don't care about his past. And we all have a past. I have a past.
Right.
No, I have a past. Like Louie could have judged me.
So last we heard you were having some drama with Teresa. Teresa was blaming you for Louie's gossip. That was kind of.
Yes.
Were you leaking the gossip?
No, I was not leaking the gossip at all.
But you and the other ladies were talking about it.
Yeah, you know what? When things are out on social media and out there, of course, we discuss it. And it was out there everywhere, so of course, we discussed it.
Yes,
I'm not going to talk about it. You're trying to flex so no one talks about Louie.
Let's talk about Louie.
I don't want to talk about Louie. You would have said, this is hurting me. Or like,
I did. You know, I'm not happy about you talking about Louie. If you did have a concern, you should have came to me from the beginning.
No, you went crazy on me.
Because I thought you were my friend.
We got a lot of questions wanting to know, why are you so concerned with Teresa's love life? She never brings up anything about you.
Well, I wouldn't say she never brings up anything about me per se. I put it all out there right from the beginning. So I was very honest about it. I think I was very concerned right from the beginning because things did come out.
The ex-girlfriends are putting it out. They're bitter.
Right. These exes want to bury this guy.
No, it's because he's with Teresa Giudice. He's dating Teresa Giudice. That's why, okay, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Wow.